Really, Alibaba? Really? So this chapter of Magi, first off, it was like divided. You can almost say it almost felt like two different chapters in one. On one half, it starts off with the continuation of the big misunderstanding from last week, with Alibaba thinking, "Oh, she really loves me," and it was just like this was humiliating. Like, okay, it's understandable to feel hurt after having that huge misunderstanding. And to be honest with you, it kind of got me a little bit my heart racing seeing that whole scenario, what happened in the beginning. But I mean, come on, bro. You got your people looking at you. And I guess they gained some sort of respect at the same time from it because they see him at his truest and his rawest and that he's not afraid to show his emotions in front of his people. And this is what's making them more so want to be around him because he's not fake. He's not a bullshit ass king that, oh, I stand strong. But at the same time, hold yourself together, man. Now, the whole Morgiana thing, it's somewhat understandable or whatever, but to be honest with you, it just felt like a shonen cliche. It's like, well, we can't have this relationship start off now. That's got to be for the end. So let's throw in the fact that, well, Morgiana doesn't really understand. I mean, how hard is it to understand? Man, woman, relationship, done. It's like, you learn little by being in the relationship. So for the way it went, it was just like, it felt like kind of a shonen cliche. It really just did. It was just like, that could have been a perfect time to throw a little bit of a difference into this series, opposed to all the other series where stuff like that romance just kind of puts, it's waiting in the wings in a lot of different series. But with this one, it was like, oh man, this is a good opportunity to shake things up a bit, see where it goes. But now that's going to be halted until a way later time. There's going to be a lot of obstacles in the middle of it. It'll probably look hopeless at some given point, and then maybe they'll get together in the very end. So I was a little disappointed by that. Understandable at the same time, and the reasoning of Morgiana, what she said, was like, yeah, she has been a slave, so to her it's a little bit weird of what's going on. But nonetheless, I was just like, fuck, this was a great opportunity to shake things up, and whatever. Now, the second half is where shit gets good, because you got Yunan showing up, and automatically, this chapter, what I remember I said this quite a few chapters ago, when Yunan showed up with Morgiana. There's something with Yunan and Sinbad, and there's something in this chapter is displayed. It doesn't look necessarily like, the serious bad blood, like they really don't like each other 100%, but they definitely have some sort of thing together. And I think the problem that they might have might so be that they both have their shady tendencies, but they're doing it for the benefit of, the world or whatever, but they have their shady tendencies, and I think that's where they collide, and that's might be why they don't like each other, because Sinbad will do whatever it takes to get his country, Sindria, on the right path, whatever it takes, even if he has to, do dark things. And Yunan probably is the same way, and sometimes it'll conflict. And Sinbad is a fucking sneaky bastard. He's listening, and he's like, well, fuck, I got caught. So, well, it's my kingdom. I'm gonna do what I want. And it's like, I'm like, as much as we love this guy, Sinbad, he's a favorite of a lot of us, he's a fucking shady dude. But Yunan told Aladdin, and I'm sure this will come back again, he told him, I'm not that good of a person. Yeah, I taught Morgiana, but it's probably he taught Morgiana everything, the Tehran language. I was shocked by that. He taught her the Tehran language, and, he taught her how to fight a bit more and stuff. It was just kind of like, this guy definitely, there's something that he's going to do that we might not like in the future, but I can see it coming, because there's a lot of shadiness and not really bad blood, because it kind of comes across a bit like in a more of a joking way, but nonetheless, I could definitely see that there's going to be some problems, because while Sinbad wants to do a shady thing here, Yunan wants to do a shady thing over here, and it's, a conflict of interest, so to speak, between the two, and it's just interesting to see. I really want to know more about the two, and what is their relationship, how has it been, and, this chapter right here just gives a little bit of a glimpse, a little bit of foreshadowing of what their relationship is like and where things are going regarding them two. And overall, the second half of the chapter, very good stuff. It was like leading towards, okay, there's a conflict here. Sinbad kind of is eavesdropping, again, that shady shit with him. And at the same time, Aladdin is just like, he's a bit weary of Yunan as well. He's not 100% to jump in and trust somebody fully. So a lot of good stuff at the end that was just really like foreshadowing. Not really all that good in the progression. And the beginning of the chapter was just like, Alibaba, fucking put your goddamn tears away. Okay, she doesn't love you from the get-go, but she said she likes you. And I don't know, it was just a bit too much to see him freaking out, and it was done for comedic purposes, and in that sense it was like funny, and it's like, oh shit, he's, it's funny stuff, but at the same time it's like, you're supposed to be a king, and you're supposed to be building up your people right here, and you're just like crying all over the floor. But I guess that's what they love. I think what they love about Alibaba, and is really gravitating towards them, the honest nature of him, and they see what he really is, and they see he's not a bad guy. So I can understand that aspect why they would follow him. So overall, good chapter. Beginning of the chapter was kind of like a little bit on the jokey side and stalling, but then midway through things got a bit more serious, and we didn't get that much progression, but things are getting interesting, and I'm loving the way it's going. Yunan, Sinbad, I want to know more about that, and just overall the conflict of what they have together. I'm gonna give this one 7.5 out of 10. Good chapter, not great or anything like that. They didn't give the big progression, but it did foreshadow some things that I'm interested to see where this is gonna go. Let me know what you guys think. First of all, Alibaba, bitch made crusty or what? Because it's just like, come on, bro, grab your balls, you a man. Also, were you feeling like that was a bit of a shonen cliche holding off the relationship because, Morgiana has her reason of, I was a slave, I don't understand it. What do you think about that? And your overall thoughts on this whole Yunan Sinbad situation. What is the bad blood? What is it that makes it seem as though they have a history, but at the same time, they kind of don't like each other too much and don't trust each other? Let me know in the comment section below and your overall thoughts of this chapter. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to see what's going to go down with Sinbad and Yunan in the next chapter, because Yunan was like, no, I don't want to talk to you, and Sinbad is pissed off. This is my kingdom. What are you doing? So it's going to get interesting and really quick. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.